friends.
Please rise for the faculty of the University of Georgia.
Families and friends.
The Grand Marshal and the party of the President of the University of Georgia.
Good morning. The University of Georgia welcomes the members of the class of 2019 and their families and friends to this fall's undergraduate commencement ceremony. Here at the birthplace of public higher education in America, we are proud to celebrate your accomplishments as outstanding students today. Please remain standing for the presentation of the flag of the United States of America and the flag of the state of Georgia, to be followed by our national anthem. The colors will be presented by cadets from the University of Georgia Air Force and Army ROTC units. The national anthem will be led by Deborah Stevens, a voice performance major from Gainesville. Following the national anthem, please continue standing for the invocation to be offered by the Reverend William Norman, campus minister of the Presbyterian Student Center.
Say, can you see stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Rise. Peace. Forward. March. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let us pray. Eternal source, ground, and goal of all life, whose creative spirit is poured into each of your creatures, whose gifts include the free invitation to join you in creating what is good and beautiful and true in this world. Be with us as we pause to celebrate all that these graduates have learned and achieved to this point on their journey. May their joy be pure and true, their dreams be wild and free, and their gratitude overflow into increasingly charitable lives. Teach us all, but especially those receiving accolades, to hold our pride in who you have made us to be, alongside a healthy dose of humility for who we have yet to become, for the good we have yet to bring forth, and for companions without whom we would not be here today, families and friends, coaches and mentors, teachers and spiritual guides. Teach us all, but especially these graduates, that the right administration of your gifts is always to bear their fruit outwardly toward the common good. Bless us as we share in the joy of their lives thus far, and hope for the lives they embark upon today. Amen.
Thank you, Deborah, and thank you, Reverend Norman. Please be seated. First, I want to thank the University of Georgia Wind Ensemble for providing this morning's music. We are truly grateful to the Hugh Hodson School of Music and Director Peter Joseph for providing us with such talented individuals. I also want to express my appreciation to the UGA Air Force and Army ROTC cadets for presenting our colors, and to the members of the Arts Society for helping with this morning's ceremony. We gather in this setting to formalize the accomplishments of the graduates that you see before you. We recognize their hard work, their commitment to a goal, their dedication to the ideals of the University of Georgia, and importantly, the support of their families and friends. Commencement is a rite of passage long held dear in academia, but commencement at the University of Georgia is truly something special. The symbols and rituals we incorporate today, from the wearing of the red and black to the college and school banners on our stage and the singing of the alma mater, they are all sacred traditions to us. They bind us together as alumni, 324,000 of us around the world. As a fellow alumnus, it's my honor to stand alongside you as a devoted member of the Bulldog Nation. The University of Georgia continues to rise in national prominence as our research enterprise expands, our instructional programs become even more innovative, and the strength of our student body reaches new heights. Whatever your field, your UGA education has prepared you to use your knowledge to improve lives, strengthen communities, and indeed change the world. That is how you carry on the land-grant tradition of this great university. You should be proud of all that you have accomplished so far, but I expect that you are going to go on and do much more. As UGA alumni, do not rest on your laurels, nor forget the purpose of your education. While the degree you have earned and the opportunities you have experienced here will certainly help you achieve your personal goals, you are now equipped to become part of something larger than yourselves, to make a positive impact on the world. We expect uncommon things from you because you are now a graduate of the University of Georgia. Congratulations. Now, I want to take a moment to introduce the senior administration of the university who in their operational areas have contributed to your education. They are seated on the stage and I will introduce them by row. I will ask them to stand as their names are called and be seated once their row has been introduced. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Jack Hu, the Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost. Mr. Ryan Nesbitt, the Vice President for Finance and Administration. Mr. Kelly Kerner, the Vice President for Development and Alumni Relations. Dr. Raul Srivastav, the Vice President for Instruction. Dr. David Lee, the Vice President for Research. Dr. Jennifer Frum, the Vice President for Public Service and Outreach. Mr. Victor Wilson, the Vice President for Student Affairs. Mr. Toby Carr, the Vice President for Government Relations. Ms. Carrie Hobson-Pape, the Vice President for Marketing and Communications. Dr. Tim Chester, the Vice President for Information Technology. Dr. Marisa Pagnatera, the Vice Provost for Academic Affairs, and Dr. Michelle Cook, the Vice Provost for Diversity and Inclusion and Strategic University Initiatives. Please join me in greeting these senior administrators. In addition to the deans who will be presented in a moment, let me recognize others on the platform. Again, please hold your applause until the introductions are complete. Several of our deans are not directly involved in this ceremony, but we are pleased to have them with us this morning. Dean Bo Rutledge of the School of Law, Dean Kelly Smith of the College of Pharmacy, Interim Dean Ron Walcott of the Graduate School, Dean Lisa Nolan of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Dean Anna Chiat of the School of Social Work, and Campus Dean Shelley Nuss of the Augusta University, University of Georgia Medical Partnership. Please join me in greeting the deans. Serving as the Grand Marshal for today's ceremony is Professor David Shipley, Chair of the Executive Committee of the University Council and Georgia Athletic Association Professor of Law. And it is the tradition for the Sheriff of Clark County to participate in the University of Georgia commencement ceremony, and I want to thank Sheriff Ira Edwards for being with us this morning. Please join me in a round of applause for all these platform guests. I will now call on Dr. Jack Hu, the Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, to introduce the first honor graduates for this commencement. Provost?
Thank you, Mr. President. It's my great privilege to present 11 students who are here with us today who have maintained a 4.0 cumulative GPA on all their work at the University of Georgia, as well as college-level transfer work attempted prior to or following enrollment at the University of Georgia. We commend those students for their high standard of personal excellence, for their outstanding achievements, and wish them well as they pursue varied interests after graduation. The first honors graduates are seated in the front row immediately in front of the stage. I will ask them to rise as their names are called. Audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Noah Austin Cherry, Ashley Rose Clark, Emmeline Amber England, Kara Eileen Haley, Jennifer Lane Jarvis, Kelsey Regan McQueen, James Peyton Shaw, Blake Adam Sigmund, Audrey Spatario, Steve William Taman, Nariel Manish Thacker. Please join me in congratulating those outstanding students. At this time, we would also like to recognize students who are graduating with honors. These distinctions are summa cum laude, accorded to students with a 3.9 GPA or higher, magna cum laude, for those who are with a GPA 3.75 to 3.89, and cum laude for those students whose GPA were 3.6 to 3.74. Will the graduating summa cum laude please rise so that we can recognize you. Will those graduating magna cum laude also please rise. Will those graduating cum laude please rise for your recognition? Congratulations to you all. You now may be seated. Thank you.
At this time, I'm pleased to call to the podium a member of this graduating class who will speak on behalf of her classmates. Taylor Majori is graduating this morning with a Bachelor of Arts in Journalism from the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication. She will also be receiving a certificate in sports media from the college. A lifelong Athenian, Taylor has served as a UGA orientation leader, an executive producer for the Grady Sports Bureau, and a Cox Institute Levin leader. She also has produced content for the SEC Network at UGA sporting events and worked as an interviewer and transcriber for the NBC Golf Channel. As a student ambassador to Cedar Shoals High School, Taylor helped establish a pilot sports broadcasting program at her school. Additionally, Taylor served on the executive board of UGA Heroes, a student-run organization that works to improve the quality of life of children affected by HIV/AIDS. Taylor interned with ESPN and has accepted a full-time position with them following graduation. Please welcome an outstanding member of your class. Taylor?
President Moorhead, UGA faculty and staff, friends, family, mom. Class of 2019, welcome. We did it. What a happy and surreal moment this is to celebrate the accomplishments and futures of our class. The sheer irony of me speaking to you all today is that this really makes it seem like I have things figured out. Actually, this week, I asked my mom what a 401k was, and I start my job in 16 days. Our individual journeys that have led us to be sitting here in these caps and gowns all look vastly different. Some of us began in the dorms of Brumby, some transferring in from different colleges and universities. Some are first-generation college students, and some have a family history of being a dog. But all of us, united as one big happy Bulldog Nation, are ending our undergraduate careers here together. While I was trying to cook up what I would say today and how in the world I could express my love and admiration for UGA in a quick 5 minutes, it dawned on me that this would be a transitional time in our lives, just like when we started college. I was able to spend my summer being an orientation leader, and it was hands down the most memorable experience I've had as a student. I mean, second to the Rose Bowl win, let's be completely honest. I went in as an orientation leader thinking, wow, I can share so much with these new students. But I learned a lot more about life transitions than anything else. I had each of my new students write on an index card a statement that defines who they are and what they want to accomplish here. I don't know what I expected, but they were so much more powerful than I thought. I brought a couple cards with me to share today. The first card reads, I am a woman who wants to change the world with her actions, not just her words and ideas. I am a woman who wants to make an impact for the sake of others, not the fame of herself. Another card says, I am a student who lived in many countries and traveled throughout even more places with my military family, and I am ready to make a contribution towards my community and the world. I encourage you all to reflect back on your 18-year-old wide-eyed self, look back on your wishes, hopes, dreams, aspirations, and celebrate everything that you've accomplished. Whether it took you 3 or 6 years, you're here. I wanted to share these today because transitional life periods look different on the outside. We're not worried if the orbit bus will drop us off where we think it will, or if we can get that blue book before our 8 a.m. test, or if our roommate is going to eat all of our food. Our fears and nerves all look technically different, but on the inside, we have the same emotions: nervous, excited, and a little anxious about what this new life chapter looks like. But we know that as Bulldogs, we will be productive and educated members of society. We will shatter glass ceilings and be kind to one another. We will give others an opportunity because someone took a chance on us. Joining the UGA powerhouse of alumni is a pretty fantastic feeling. During this year's Georgia-Florida game, how about that 7-point spread? When we were sitting in 2.5-hour gridlock traffic in the back neighborhoods of Jacksonville, Florida after the game, I witnessed what the Bulldog Nation is all about. So picture a line of about 20 cars at a standstill in a parking lot, all UGA fans of all ages, grandparents, kids, families, students. Everyone starts unpacking any and all tailgating chairs and leftover snacks they had. My roommate and I had a full-blown Subway sandwich line happening in the trunk of our car, and everyone's laughing and recounting our game day experiences. And I took a moment to look up from my Subway prep station, and I saw a little kid throwing a football to a grandma. I saw families and students sharing food, telling jokes and stories. And it was in that moment that I realized this is the best possible alumni community to be a part of. And now we're entering into the world as alumni and will one day be stuck in 2.5-hour gridlock Jacksonville traffic after yet another Georgia win over Florida. And we'll be tossing a football with a college student and sharing leftover tailgate food, reminiscing about our time here. To the supporters in the room, we are all products of the people who have helped get us onto this stage. So cheers to you and whoever you're here to support. Know that the countless hours of guidance when we genuinely thought we were going to fail freshman chemistry, it's all paying off. Without these supporters in the audience and on this stage, we wouldn't be half of the people we are today. All of our experiences at UGA, good and bad, will make us better professionals in the adult world. We've had some unbelievably fun times here, like football games, homecoming, wild Bolton creations, puppies during finals week, and ringing the chapel bell. But we've also gone through heartbreaks together, like the Alabama game when Tyler Simmons was on sides, the greatest truth, and a couple other heartbreaks that are a little too soon to talk about. But all of these trainings have prepared us to be ideal, knowledgeable members of society, and we are ready for anything. Thank you, class of 2019. Go Dogs forever. And in the words, yep, absolutely. And in the words of the great poet, Post Malone, congratulations.
Thank you, Taylor, for those remarks and for representing your class with such distinction. Our keynote speaker today is Regent Kessel Stelling, a member and previous chair of the University System Board of Regents and president and CEO of Synovus, a financial corporation based in Columbus, Georgia. Regent Stelling joined Synovus in 2006 and was named president and CEO in 2010. 2 years later, he was elected chairman of the company. Under his leadership, Synovus has been named one of American bankers' most reputable banks for 4 consecutive years. In 2008, Regent Stelling was appointed to the University System Board of Regents representing Georgia's 6th Congressional District and served as chair in 2016. He also serves as a board member for Reach Foundation, Georgia's first need-based leadership and mentorship college scholarship program. He's on the board of Georgia Power, the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, and Financial Services Roundtable as well. He has been a fixture on Georgia Trends magazine's list of the 100 most influential Georgians for more than a decade. Regent Stelling received a bachelor's degree in banking and finance from the University of Georgia and completed the Graduate School of Banking of the South from LSU. He has served on the UGA Board of Visitors and as chair of the Terry College's Dean's Advisory Board. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome a distinguished UGA alumnus and today's commencement speaker, Regent Kessel Stelling.
Well, Jerry, thank you so much. So to President Moorhead, to the faculty and administration, to Mr. Sanford Orkin and your family, and to parents, family, and friends of the university, and most importantly, members of the University of Georgia class of 2019, it's a great honor to be with you here today. I come from a 5th-generation Bulldog family, and this place is always special to me. Among the graduates include my great-grandfather, law school class of 1889, my grandfather, my father, my 2 brothers, my 3 nephews, my 2 sons, and my wife, who I met here in the fall 42 years ago. But today is not about me and my family, it's about you and yours. And my biggest hope for you today is that the University of Georgia has as much influence on you and your family and your career and your life as it has on mine. Those of us that are blessed to have spent our formative years on campus have just great warm memories of the fall semesters, the spectacular autumn foliage, the excitement and disappointment of football Saturdays, the nervous anticipation those first few weeks as a freshman. Those recollections have remained and I hope will stay with you, along with the memories of learning and living that have led to this milestone day. So as a banker, I have a habit of analyzing things as assets and liabilities on a balance sheet. And through that lens, this degree conferred on you today, which carries the prestige and respect of the University of Georgia, is a major asset on your personal balance sheet, and it always will be. It's the result of many solid investments. Your parents and family have invested in you, often at considerable sacrifice. The people and taxpayers of the state of Georgia have made a significant investment in you. The communities that raised you before you arrived in Athens, the professors and faculty who went the extra mile for you, the mentors and advisors who counseled and guided you, and the friends who picked you up when you stumbled. All are resources of capital that have made today possible. Truly, your time at the University of Georgia has been a joint venture. Of course, the most important investment that's gone in today is what most bankers call sweat equity, the hard work you put in to the venture. You've reached a goal you set out to accomplish. You've been held accountable by faculty, by your family, and by yourself. You've overcome setbacks. You've met the standards and requirements of the university, and you have succeeded. Now you'll move on. You'll set new expectations and new goals, and I have no doubt you'll continue to succeed. If you'll permit me to borrow one more term from finance, I hope your return on investment will also include regular returns and expressions of gratitude to your parents, to your family, and all who have invested in you for the love and the guidance and the support that brought you to this date. And as a regent and a longtime supporter, I also want to encourage you to make a habit of donating to this university as soon as you can afford to do so. You're here because so many people before you have contributed to UGA, and I hope you'll also pay it forward. I truly envy the opportunities in the future ahead of you. You're graduating into an economy that is strong by almost all measures. Some of you have jobs lined up, some of you don't. Some of you have known exactly what you've wanted to do since the day you set foot at the university. Others may be working on it a little while longer. I want you to know that's okay. I went into banking 4 decades ago because it was familiar. I'd worked in a bank in high school, and I thought a couple of years in banking would give me exposure to different industries and businesses, and it would help me figure out what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. What I soon figured out was that I actually loved banking. And I strongly believe that success is not the key to happiness. Rather, happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful. I love what I do. I love helping people buy homes, start a business, send a child to college, plan for retirement. I hope you'll find something you love as well. Dana Spinola, who's the founder of Fabric Boutiques, some call it Fabrique, but she calls it Fabric, so I will. She's a client of our company, and I recently had her address my leadership team, both in person and via webcast across our 5-state footprint. And she talked about her book titled Love What You Do. And in the book, she says, ignite your passion, find your purpose, live life with meaning. What she goes on to say is, what you do is not your job title, it's the good work you put into this world. And at the risk of embarrassing my good friend and your president, Jerry Moorhead, I'll tell you a story I remember like yesterday when the presidency of the University of Georgia came open. And Jerry was nominated and encouraged by so many people to be a candidate for this job titled president. Jerry and I talked several times, and I said to Jerry, and I still remember it, I said, don't do it. Don't put yourself through it, knowing how academia likes to go outside to bring in new hires. I said, Jerry, you won't get the job. You'll be a marked man for the next president. Said differently, I said, Jerry, you will get fired. Jerry did then, as he repeatedly does today, he totally ignored my advice. And in the interview process, which I had the privilege of being a part of and witnessing as a member of the Board of Regents, the entire board saw his passion, his purpose, his vision. not just to be a university president, but to be president of the University of Georgia. And so you and this university and our state are all better because he ignored my advice. So Jerry, thank you for the good work you put into this world through your service to our university. But you don't have to have it figured out yet, like I did early on and probably like Jerry did. Your first job doesn't have to be perfect. It probably won't be. It doesn't have to lead to the career that you'll enjoy for the rest of your life. But in everything you do, there'll be learning and experience that'll be useful behind the next door that you walk through. Thomas Edison, America's greatest inventor and founder of General Electric, was a very insightful observer of human nature and business. He said, "Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration." He went on to say, "Man, I have gotten a lot of results. I know several thousand things that won't work." And my favorite Edisonism is, "Everything comes to him who hustles while he waits." So get your foot in the door however you can. Try something. Even if you're not sure what you want to do, hustle while you wait. This university has prepared you to succeed, and you should have high hopes and expectations for yourself and your career. Some of the defining moments, the milestones of your life, will feel a lot like today, when things go right, when you get that promotion, when you reach a goal. But trust me, there will be setbacks and roadblocks, things that won't work, in Edison's words. You can count on them arriving, and when they do, it is not going to be the framed diploma on your wall that will help you dig out of these circumstances. It'll be the same persistence, experience, and strength of character that enabled you to earn your degree. So I know a little bit about this myself. On October 3rd, 2011, my company's stock traded intraday at 93 cents. Our market cap was around $950 million, which sounds good, but we owed $968 million to the U.S. government through the TARP program. You don't have to be a business major to understand that math just doesn't work. We paid back every dollar of principal and interest, never a day late, never a dollar short. Yesterday, our stock closed at over $40. Our market cap is approximately $6 billion. And more importantly, we employ 5,500 people serving communities just like this one throughout our 5-state footprint. And that happened not because of me, but because of people just like you, through their perseverance, through their experience, and through their strength of character. And although we were never close to failure, from a business standpoint, there were many days and nights where I certainly felt like a personal failure or close to it. But just remember, as Zig Ziglar and so many others have said, failure is just an event. It's not a person. Don't ever let anyone define you as a failure. And you'll probably face some of the moments like I did throughout your career, and it's the way you respond to those moments, how you confront failure and disappointment. That's how it'll define your life. Accepting responsibility, remaining accountable, moving past and working through disappointments are the only way to turn a stumbling block into a stepping stone. There are no shortcuts. Now, some of you are probably thinking, okay, Boomer, and I acknowledge you have a point. I acknowledge that commencement speakers have been giving some variation of this advice since approximately forever, and I get it. And I also want to point out, though, that while you enter a world of immense and unsettling change, yours is far from the first class to do so. So 100 years ago, the class of 1919 would have witnessed the end of World War I and a bitter national debate over the Treaty of Versailles and the League of Nations. In 1939, the class saw World War II beginning and Hitler invading Poland. Class of 1969 worried about friends and family and themselves in a country divided by the Vietnam War and wondering if they'd ever see their friends again. So if you're feeling a little uneasy about the world you're entering, I'm glad you're paying attention. But you should be confident in your place in the world, in our country, and optimistic about your ability to be a force for good in both. Because while change never ends, what it means to be a part of a real community, the obligations, the responsibilities the shared commitments to the common good, that never changes. This university has prepared you thoroughly to be a member of a community and a productive, contributing citizen. As a member of the UGA alumni community today, finally you can walk through the UGA arch legally. As you know, the arch is modeled after our Georgia State seal, which is inscribed with three ideals: wisdom, justice, and moderation. Those ideals gave this university the birthplace of higher education in the United States. They've been a force for progress and change in our state, compelling us to do better, to be more inclusive, to recognize our obligations to society and each other. In a very real sense, the ideals of this state have also given us you, the University of Georgia class of 2019. So as a volatile, divisive election year approaches, the country needs these ideals: wisdom, justice, moderation, and it needs your idealism. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. You've heard it. It's a participation sport. You can't do it online. You can't do it from a mobile app. There's no phoning it in. It takes engaging with your neighbor in person, building and sustaining communities in person, facing the future and your fellow citizens in person, with wisdom, justice, and moderation. So I want to close with a quick story from the business world, and it happened the day that Disney World opened in Orlando, Florida in 1971, 5 years, by the way, after Walt Disney had passed away, and a group of Disney executives were taking in the whole scene that day, and one of them said, "Isn't it too bad Walt Disney didn't live to see this?" as they looked out at the vast and beautiful park. Another executive said wistfully as they sat down, "I wish Walt could have seen this." And a third, one of the company officers who had been there a long time and worked on that project with Walt Disney, replied to all, "He did see it. That's why it's here." So graduates, you're here today because at least 4 years ago, for some of you maybe more, no judgment there, but at least 4 years ago, you and the people who believed in you saw this day. You saw the cap and gown that you're wearing now. You heard your name called as a University of Georgia graduate. You had the vision and you put it to work to make it a reality. So now with confidence, you can move on to the future and your next vision. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your families. Congratulations, and go Dogs.
Thank you, Regent Stelling. Your words are most insightful to these graduates as they step out now to meet the challenges that they will face in the future. Today, all of you become alumni of the University of Georgia, and we are very pleased to have with us the 76th president of the UGA Alumni Association, Brian Dill, who will welcome you now to the alumni family. Brian graduated in 1994 with a bachelor's degree in political science and was a member of the Redcoat Band. Earlier this year, he earned a Master's of Business Administration degree from the Terry College of Business. Brian is the Vice President of External Affairs for Tanner Health System and the Executive Director of the Tanner Foundation in Carrollton, Georgia. He spent 17 years in corporate and industrial business development in communities throughout Georgia and served as the Chief Operating Officer for the Georgia Department of Community Affairs. Brian served on the Alumni Association Board of Directors now for over 12 years and has been a constant supporter of the University of Georgia. I'm pleased that he is continuing that journey as the president of the Alumni Association. Please join me in welcoming Brian.
Thank you, President Moorhead. It is an honor to be here with you today. Class of 2019, welcome to the family. We are a deep-rooted community, 1,000 strong. We strengthen communities around the world and empower the next generation of students who will continue our tradition of commitment and excellence. Your Alumni Association brings Bulldogs together year-round, worldwide, and lifelong. Whether you are a first-generation graduate or were born wearing red and black, being a Bulldog is more than a memory or even a degree. You'll realize that when you discover a G in a coworker's office, or when you return to campus to reunite with old classmates and professors, or even when you gather with new friends through one of our 80-plus alumni chapters worldwide. To welcome you as alumni, there is a coin at your seat that bears UGA's shielded arch. Carry this coin with you as you embark on your journey, as a bit of good luck, a memento of your hard work, and a reminder that all things are possible. And remember that no matter where you wind up in Savannah or Seattle, Bainbridge or Boston, your Alumni Association is here for you. We are University of Georgia alumni, and we never bark alone. Go Dogs.
Thank you, Brian, for your service to the university and for those wonderful remarks. We hope all of you will now become connected with our Alumni Association as you move forward with your careers. Today is, of course, a very special day for all of our graduates. It's also significant for the university because in addition to your degrees, we are conferring the Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree upon a most deserving recipient. The practice of awarding honorary degrees originated centuries ago in Europe. Harvard University awarded the first honorary degree in America in 1802, and other American universities adopted the custom, including the University of Georgia, which presented its first two honorary doctorates in 1809. Honorary doctorates allow universities to recognize individuals for extraordinary service and superior achievement. They are reserved for individuals whose accomplishments and contributions have, in a fundamental and lasting way, helped improve society and uplift the condition of humankind. After the earned doctorate, the honorary degree is the highest honor the University of Georgia bestows. Today, we are privileged to present an honorary degree to Mr. Sanford Orkin. Mr. Orkin was drafted into the Army while he was still a student at the University of Georgia, and after he returned from his military service, he became president of his family's pest control business. Following the sale of Orkin Pest Control to Rollins, Mr. Orkin maintained real estate and business interests in Atlanta and volunteered his time and support to UGA in numerous ways, including serving as a board member of the UGA Foundation and the UGA Real Estate Foundation. Mr. Orkin's civic leadership, ethical foundation, and commitment to charitable causes place him on the elite list of individuals whose personal contributions have truly advanced both the state and its flagship university. He received the Blue Key Service Award from UGA in 2007 for his service to the university, the state of Georgia, and the nation. The generosity of Mr. Orkin and his late wife, Barbara, through the years has touched literally thousands of UGA students. They endowed a scholarship fund for low-income students, established a Georgia Research Alliance eminent scholar position in the Center for Tropical and Emerging Global Diseases, and supported numerous colleges and academic initiatives throughout the university. The Georgia Museum of Art honored their philanthropy and devotion to the arts with its Sanford and Barbara Orkin Gallery. The Orkins most recently donated to the Terry College of Business, and their tremendous generosity was recognized by the naming of the Sanford and Barbara Orkin Hall in the new Terry College Business Learning Community. Their support has provided a state-of-the-art educational environment that will now benefit students for generations to come. Through these and many other ways, the Orkins' generosity has helped to shape a bright future for the University of Georgia. Sanford and Barbara were married for more than 66 years, and her death last month was a great loss for the Orkin family. Barbara knew that Sanford was going to receive an honorary degree from the university today, and she was very proud that that was going to happen. We are so glad that many members of the Orkin family, including children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, are with us today, and I would like to ask them to please stand and be recognized at this time. Mr. Orkin, please join me at the podium along with Provost Tu and Ben Ayers, Dean of the Terry College of Business. Sanford, Oregon, in recognition and appreciation of your service and enduring contributions to this university, state, and nation, and by the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now have the privilege of conferring upon you the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, now it's time to confer the degrees on the class of 2019. And I'm going to ask Provost Tu to introduce the deans who will present our graduates.
So the Franklin College of Art and Sciences, which was founded in 1801, is the university's oldest college. Dean Alan Dorsey will present graduates for degrees from the Franklin College, including the Hugh Hutchinson School of Music and Lamar Dodd School of Art.
Thank you, Provost Tu. The Franklin College of Arts and Sciences instills in its students an adventurous spirit of inquiry, a love of learning, the ideals of community and global citizenship, and the values of hard work and service to others. The faculty and I are confident that the Franklin College has provided these graduates with skills, knowledge, and sensibilities that will empower them to make meaningful contributions to our society. President Moorhead, with pride and with delight, the faculty of the Franklin College and I present the candidates for the degrees of the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, and Bachelor of Music. Will these candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, and Bachelor of Music, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences was founded in 1859. Dean Sam Perdue will introduce the graduates.
The agricultural and environmental sciences comprises a dynamic field of vital importance to Georgia's future. Our students are prepared to compete in a complex and demanding job market. To recognize the global importance of agricultural and environmental sciences today, and to contribute to Georgia's economic prosperity and quality of life. President Moorhead, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences to present to you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences, and Bachelor of Sciences in Applied Biotechnology. Will these candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences, and Bachelor of Science in Applied Biotechnology, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The Daniel B. Warnell School of Forestry and Natural Resources was founded in 1906. Dean Dale Green will present the candidates for degrees.
Good morning. Graduates of the Daniel B. Warnell School of Forestry and Natural Resources possess the knowledge and skills to creatively and sustainably manage our forest, wildlife, fisheries, and other natural resources here in Georgia and around the world for the benefit of humans living today and those who will follow us. President Moorhead, on behalf of our faculty, I am delighted to present to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Forest Resources. Will the candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Forest Resources, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The College of Education was founded in 1908. Dean Denise Spangler will present candidates for degrees in education.
College of Education graduates are equipped with the knowledge and skills to help children and adults, including those with physical and mental challenges, reach their goals in schools, on athletic fields, in medical facilities, and elsewhere in the world. Our graduates are passionate about helping others and leaving the world better than when they entered it. President Moorhead, the faculty and I proudly present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Education. Candidates, please rise.
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Education, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The C. Herman Mary Virginia Terry College of Business was founded in 1912. Dean Benjamin Ayers will present candidates for degrees from the Terry College of Business and the J. M. Toll School of Accounting.
Today's graduates from Terry embody the best qualities of 21st century leaders, possessing the management skills, the analytical techniques, and the ethical standards to be successful in the global economy. The young men and women who graduate from Terry today are prepared to be leaders in their organizations and also in their communities. President Moorhead, on behalf of the faculty of the Terry College of Business, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelors of Business Administration. Will the candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Business Administration, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The Henry W. Greedy College of Journalism and Mass Communications was founded in 1915. Dean Charles Davis will present the candidates for degrees.
The Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication prepares its students to protect our freedoms through responsible and effective representation of ideas, institutions, and individuals. Our graduates understand both the power of the media to influence social change and the obligation to exercise that power responsibly. President Moorhead, on behalf of the faculty of the Grady College, it gives me great pleasure to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor Arts. Will the candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The College of Family and Consumer Sciences was founded in 1933. Dean Linda Kirk Fox will present candidates for degrees.
Thank you, Provost Hu. The College of Family and Consumer Sciences prepares its students to work professionally with individuals and families to gain an optimum quality of life. The knowledge and skills that they acquire equip them to serve and to preserve our most important social institutions, families, and communities by the application of science and their expertise. President Moorhead, On behalf of the faculty of the College of Family and Consumer Sciences, I take pleasure in presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences. Will the candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The College of Environment and Design was founded in 1969. Dean Sonia Hurd will present the candidates for degrees from this college.
Thank you, Provost Hu. The College of Environment and Design prepares graduates to substantially enrich our stewardship of the environment and in turn, the sustainability of our lives. There is no doubt that healthy, natural, and designed environments are critical to quality human existence, and the efforts of our graduates in design, planning, management, and conservation will play a significant role in our communities around the world. President Moorhead, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Environment and Design, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Landscape Architecture. Will the candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Landscape Architecture, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
The School of Public and International Affairs was established in 2001. Dean Matthew Auer will present candidates for degrees.
Thank you, Provost Hu. The School of Public and International Affairs was established in 2001. Leadership, responsible citizenship, and service to others are hallmarks of a thriving democratic society. Graduates of the School of Public and International Affairs are prepared for leadership, good citizenship, and public service in Georgia, the nation, and the world. President Moorhead, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public and International Affairs, it is my honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Will the candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The College of Public Health was founded in 2005. Dean Marsha Davis will present the candidates for degrees.
Through education, research, and community engagement, the College of Public Health works to improve population health, promote well-being, and eliminate health disparities across Georgia and around the world. Our graduates are prepared to be effective researchers, practitioners, and health advocates who are committed to improving health for all. President Moorhead, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Public Health, I am pleased to present candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Health and Bachelors of Science in Health Promotion. Will the candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Health and Bachelor of Science in Health Promotion, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The Eugene P. Odom School of Ecology was founded in 2007. Dean John Gittleman will present the candidates for degrees.
Thank you, Provost Hu. The Odom School of Ecology offers one of the nation's top research programs in the ecological sciences and adheres to principles of holistic interdisciplinary teaching and research. Our graduates are prepared for leadership in fields that are crucial for ensuring a future in which natural systems and the humans they include coexist on a more sustainable planet. President Moorhead, on behalf of the faculty of the Odom School of Ecology, I'm very pleased to present the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. Will the candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
The College of Engineering was established in 2012, our newest college. Dean Dong Neo will present the candidates for degrees.
Thank you, Provost Hu. Engineering is the science and art of integrating discoveries from multiple fields to create technological solutions that continuously improve the quality of life. The UGA College of Engineering educates students to be leaders in the engineering profession by creating opportunities for learning, discovery, and innovation that take advantage of our place in a comprehensive land-grant university. President Moorhead, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Engineering, it is my honor to present candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Biochemical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Biological Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Systems Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Will the candidates please rise?
By the authority vested in me as President of the University of Georgia by the Board of Regents, I now confer on you the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Biochemical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Biological Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Systems Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, for which you have been recommended by your dean and faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019. At this time, I want to recognize two very important groups of individuals who have contributed significantly to your education at the University of Georgia. We are fortunate to have a faculty of exceptional quality and ability. As teachers, advisors, mentors, and friends, they have been instrumental in helping you reach this point, and I know that you are grateful. A number of our faculty are here this morning, and I would ask them to stand and ask the graduates and audience members to show your appreciation at this time. Without the continuing support of families and friends of the graduates, this celebration today certainly would not have been possible. Will all the families and friends of the graduates please stand, and would the graduates please express your gratitude to them? This group of graduates assembled before you today represents tangible and inspiring evidence of the wisdom and foresight of those who drafted the charter of the University of Georgia and thus began in 1785 the great American tradition of publicly sponsored higher education. Graduates, you have proven yourself capable of extraordinary academic achievement, and we are proud of you. Whatever your future holds, your time here preparing for life and citizenship is an accomplishment that you will carry with you always. Congratulations. We will now conclude the ceremony with the singing of the alma mater by Naomi Goldstein, a voice performance, music theory, and music education major from Marietta. The alma mater will be followed by the recessional. I would request that everyone remain in their seats until the platform party and faculty have completed the recessional and an announcement is made that the ceremony is over. After the recessional, please take note that there will be streamer cannons going off overhead to help in the celebration, so don't let all the loud noises startle you. Please rise now for the alma mater.
Georgia's northland beams
This concludes the ceremony.
Congratulations, graduates.
Go dogs! Sick 'em! Woof, 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 woof.